Welcome to another episode of Bent Not Broken. Heartbreak and trauma may feel like the end of your story, but here it's the beginning of a bold new chapter. I'm your host, Coach Deborah Griffiths, and this is the space where women rise, rebuild, and rediscover their purpose. Remember this truth: you are bent, not broken. Welcome back to this Bent Not Broken bonus coaching session. If you listened to my conversation with Gail Showalter, I want to take a few minutes to slow things down and help you apply what you heard to your life. Because stories inspire us, but integration is what actually creates the change. One of the most important takeaways from Gail's story is this: betrayal creates grief that is complex, layered, and often misunderstood. When a relationship ends through infidelity or deception, you're not just grieving the person, you're grieving the future you believed in, the identity you lived inside, and the safety you thought you had. If you're still feeling unsteady months or even years later, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're human. Gail didn't rebuild her life with one big dramatic leap. She rebuilt it through baby steps. And here's what I want you to hear clearly. Baby steps are not settling. They are stabilizing. Ask yourself, what is one step that would bring me more stability right now? What would make tomorrow 5% easier? Not perfect, just easier. That step might be making a phone call, updating a resume, researching a class or certification, or putting one appointment on your calendar. Progress doesn't require confidence. It requires commitment to take the next step. Another powerful theme in this episode was self-awareness, especially understanding patterns, personalities, and tendencies. If you keep finding yourself stuck in the same emotional loops, ask, what patterns am I repeating? What did this relationship teach me about my needs, my boundaries, and my blind spots? Healing isn't about blaming. It's about learning yourself. Gail also talked about solitude, not running from the pain, but sitting with yourself long enough to hear your own voice again. If you're always busy, always distracted, always caretaking, ask, when do I actually sit with myself? When do I listen instead of react? Solitude is where clarity begins. Let me say this clearly. Reinvention has no expiration date. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not too old, too late, or too much. You are becoming. Before you go, take a moment and reflect on this question. What is one baby step I can take this week that honors the woman I'm becoming? Not the pain I've survived. Write it down. Put it on your calendar and remind yourself you don't have to do everything. You just have to do the next right thing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing healing. And remember, you may be bent, but you are not broken. Thank you for listening to today's episode of Bent, Not Broken. I hope that this episode reminded you that even through life's toughest moments, you are bent, not broken. If this message inspired you, please share, rate, review, and subscribe, as it helps us reach more women who are ready to rise and rebuild. And until next time, keep living bold and walking in your purpose.